Janoris Jenkins, welcome back. No, we weren't talking shit about you, really. You're watching True Blue Review. Rich.
Yo.
What a fantastic week. At least 3 days. We're not completely through with the week. But it's been nice. Boy, we pulled a win out of our rear end on this one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, unexpected.
So we beat the Broncos. We beat Kansas City. Okay, season over. We're good. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Wow.
My brother texted me and said, "Watch, they're going to go about 6-10. If they do, I'll be so happy.
Yeah.
That they go 6-10. You know, I just don't want them to be like the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So at the end, and what would be great if they go 6-10, because they've got 4 divisional games coming up.
Right.
So they'll probably beat a couple of divisional rivals.
I'd like to see that.
I would love to see them beat Philly. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Being a spoiler is kind of fun.
It is.
Yeah, it is fun. Haven't felt that one for a while. So it feels good to be a spoiler. So I say let's rock on.
So hopefully let's
ruin everybody's
they do
Thanksgiving.
That. They do that. You know.
Let's dive right into it. I have some stats.
Okay.
So we're gonna play the stats game.
Oh, again.
Just like we did last week. Yay!
Oh shit.
All right. I'm gonna give you a number, and you tell me what it represents in reference to the game.
I hate being wrong.
And that's the way we do this.
Let's try this.
Yeah, you know what? You can never be too wrong.
I'm already cheating. I'm already seeing the first number.
Yes, that's true. The first number is 0. 0.
So that could be a few things.
It could be a few things.
But I will say that's the amount of times Eli fumbled.
That's correct, but that's not what I was looking for. So give me another 0.
I don't know.
Well, here's what I had.
Okay.
First of all, the amount of sacks the Giants allowed.
I was going to say that, but I honestly was not sure.
That's okay. And we talked about this earlier. The amount of tight end touchdowns allowed by the defense.
Touchdowns allowed by a tight end.
0.
Finally broke that streak. Thank God.
We have finally broken the streak. We have finally broken the streak. The 10-game streak is now over.
Thank God.
So, yeah, really. And you know what? This is really going to be, this whole thing, I think, today, as we review this game, is really going to be a kudos to the defense more than anything.
I agree with that.
As well as it should
They
be.
look like last year's team.
They do.
They did. They look like last year's team.
They gave up some really big plays without breaking.
I'll say this: they look like last year's team, except for their rushing game was better than their passing game.
Yes.
Their passing game was good, though. Don't get me wrong. But last year they were winning through the passing game. They definitely weren't winning through the rushing game.
Right.
But this game in particular, they did have a good balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They did have a good balance. Yeah.
So I have another one to throw at you, and I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay. Thank God.
Defense.
Okay.
Representative of the defense.
I'll say that 27%.
27%
must be the amount they allowed on third downs.
Third down conversions for Kansas City.
Okay.
27%. That's big.
Good.
That's big. Because this team's been giving up 40% easy.
I'll tell you, Kansas City, they had a great, they were just big play team and putting up numbers in the beginning of the season, but then it seems like they're starting to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're not as good as I thought they were. I thought they were a much better team.
Yeah, well, it's...
I thought they were going to put up 40 points on the Giants. Well, I really did.
What was everybody talking about last week? 16-2 that Andy Reid is coming off of bye weeks.
Right.
Now he's 16-3.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. I mean, stats are made to be broken and changed and so on. So,
the Giants, it's the defense this last week.
Yeah.
They're looking like, this is the defense that we've known.
Yeah.
Particularly from last season.
Right. And
here we are.
Yeah, and we'll get into the offensive side.
I'm so happy the fans were able to see a home win.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, finally.
I wish we could have been there for that game.
Well, hey, there were a lot of empty seats. We could have probably strolled in for free on that one. All right, this is a tough one, but I think you're good. So, 32 and 36. 32 and 36.
32 and 36?
Yes.
Or 32 of 36?
32 and 36.
Running plays versus passing plays?
Yes.
No shit.
Yes. We almost had a balanced offense.
And that's what I was saying.
We cannot get a balanced budget, but we almost had a balanced offense.
Freaking right.
Yes.
That's great. I didn't realize that.
That's a great number.
That was a balanced game.
That's a great number.
Yeah, we need to have that balance.
It really is. On top of that, and we'll talk a little bit about stars of the games, Orleans Darkwa. Mm-hmm. He had 74 yards, part of that. 20 rushes. 20 rushes, 74 yards. Okay, maybe he could have more yards per rush. He did have, I think, was a big third or fourth down rush in the fourth quarter. Or no, in overtime. I forget. But anyway, 32 and 36. That's a nice, well-balanced offense right there.
Yes.
9 for 87. This is pertinent to the game.
Tavares King?
No.
Roger Lewis?
No.
9 of 87. Kareem Hunt?
You know what? 1, 2. Those are the 3 bells I owe you for getting it right before.
Oh.
Okay. 9 for 87.
I don't know. It's the passer?
Kansas City penalties.
Oh.
87 yards
really,
in penalties.
Much?
Yes. And you know what? Those penalties actually were pretty pertinent in this game. The one penalty that could have been the total game changer that wasn't was the pass to Roger Lewis, where he actually caught that pass, but it would have been a penalty. It would have been a penalty. 9 penalties, 87 yards. They actually kept some of those.
That was a great.
Some of those drives alive.
That was a great catch.
Now
listen, I mean the defense. They had a great effort.
Mm-hmm. They didn't.
Now we have been absolutely busting balls on McAdoo.
Yeah.
And Spags last week.
Sure.
I was just busting balls on those guys. But when the team comes out like this, the Giants, and gives that sort of an effort, not just on the defensive side of the ball, but look, come on, those offensive guys were playing.
Right, exactly.
They were playing tough.
Right.
They were really trying.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
It was absolutely impressive. I was really amazed at the effort that they gave, and I have to say, that's on the coaching. They created that environment that we're talking about for people to succeed in. Mm-hmm. So, kudos for McAdoo this week.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it to him.
I don't necessarily know that it's a career saver.
I don't know
but
either.
That's okay.
I don't know either.
But he had a good week.
If it went for another 4 or 5 games with that effort, or the rest of the season with that effort, you'd have to say it's probably a career saver for him.
I would agree.
After the last couple games where it just seemed like the defense totally gave up, this was an impressive effort on both the offense and the defense. Really was. Yeah. Really was.
I have some stars of the game that I wrote down. Perhaps you even want to add some in, so I'm just going to, again, kind of throw them out there. First and foremost, we do talk about busting balls. We busted some balls real hard last week for Janoris Jenkins. He came up with a pick, a big pick, and he just had an overall good game.
You know what?
Really
and 2, he had that one pick that got interference.
Right. Yeah.
Which I didn't.
I think it was a ticky-tack
It
call.
was.
It was a ticky-tack.
When he caught that ball, dude, remember that in the beginning of the season when we were watching the game together?
Yeah.
And we haven't watched a lot of Giants games together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when they were playing against Philly? And Eli Manning threw that pass to Sterling Shepard, and he got like a touchdown, like an 87-yard touchdown or some shit. Remember how crazy I went?
Yeah.
I went about like that.
when Janoris Jenkins. Yeah.
I was just so amazed that they won the game.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe they won the team. But of course, then it was called back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But he did have earlier in the game, maybe the first quarter, he had one big pass against him, and I was going, "Oh no, here we go." And then he really picked it up from there.
Tightened it up.
He really did.
Excellent.
And he really did.
Excellent.
Another star of the game and our NFC Defensive Player of the Week, Landon Collins.
Yeah, I'm just realizing that he's Defensive Player of the Week.
14 tackles.
Amazing.
10 solo tackles.
He was
and the majority of that was in I believe, the fourth quarter and overtime.
It was quiet though. I didn't realize that he had that sort of a game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know?
And he's another one that had an interception off of Kelsey.
Yeah.
Travis Kelsey.
Yep.
Then I have to give a star of the game to Snacks. He's been getting beat all over the place. He stayed in the game, and he got his first interception of his career.
Nice.
Kind of a funky little thing that happened. But you know what? That interception turned over for our first touchdown.
Nice.
And the only problem with that touchdown was we had a missed field goal. We can talk about that later.
A missed extra point.
Extra point. I put Orleans Darkwood down. What do you think about that?
Sure.
74 yards rushing. Yeah, okay.
They were good yards, though. They were good yards. They were tough yards, but they were when we needed them, he got yardage.
Sure. He had 20 carries.
You know?
We need him to have 20 carries. We saw how we saw. By the way, if I'm not mistaken, oh no, it was we had 30 minutes including overtime. We had 30 minutes of where we held the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, time of possession.
Time of possession, and a lot of that has to be due to that extensive running game that we had.
Yeah,
so certainly.
Good.
You got to throw Roger Lewis in there.
I mean, the last catch was absolutely off the charts.
And
man.
I didn't put him in here either, but Tavares King, I thought, did a great job too. And I was really looking at some of his...
the receiving core in general. Ingram was like the surprise, because if the Giants win, you're thinking that, Ingram must have had a good game. But he didn't have a great game.
No.
You know, but then again, maybe Kansas City was thinking about him and locking him up, and that allowed the other receivers to get open, and then they had very
I
good
agree.
games.
I think they were keying on him.
They probably
especially
were.
with Sterling Shepard being out.
They probably were.
And I put the O-line down for a star of the game.
Yeah.
All right?
You know what? Eric Flowers has been playing good, man.
You know what? I've been thinking about that too. I almost feel like I owe him an apology because we busted his balls for 4 weeks easy. For 4 weeks
It was
easy.
because of that Detroit game.
Yeah.
Where
it was
Ziggy
like a
Ansah
revolving door.
He owned him.
Yeah.
You know, for that particular game.
Yeah.
But Eric Flowers has been playing really good.
Yeah.
You know,
he has.
you got to give him some credit.
Yeah. And also we've got to throw a bone out to Chad Wheeler. All right. Chad Wheeler, we got a rookie. He was very noticeable
is he
during
playing
preseason.
The Pew spot?
Yeah, I believe he was playing right next to Fluker.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. But he came in and did a heck of a job. Again, we've got a rookie in there. You know they're going to test him out, and we've got no sacks.
Great.
We've got no sacks.
You know, God, I'm almost scared that I'm saying I'm starting to believe in this offensive line.
Yeah. Well,
I'm almost nervous to say that, but maybe they just had to get it together for.
I know. Well, let's hold off on that.
But on top of that, if we can go back and I can bust some more balls.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the season, Perkins was running the ball.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't. Hey, fans, he wasn't getting anything.
That's true.
I know he finished up the end of the season last year pretty well, but he just wasn't doing anything. And it's like, finally, when they put Darkwa in there, it seems like Darkwa and Fluker came at the same time.
Yeah.
And as team members, they seem to be kind of getting it done in the running game.
Right. Exactly. And I also noticed, I'm at a loss for his name, rookie Shane.
He's a rookie?
Yeah, we've got
on the Giants?
Yeah, for God's sakes.
What's his position?
They actually put him up as a fullback in this game.
Oh, I'm not.
They ran a fullback on
okay,
Shane Smith.
Oh, Shane Smith.
They put him in at fullback position. We have not seen much of that. Okay, what we've seen is Rhett Ellison up there. Rhett Ellison went down and played the line. They switched some things up. And that's what I want to see.
You got to do that.
That's what I want to see.
You have to do that in this league. You can't be predictable.
That's what I want to see.
You know?
So I got to throw Chad Wheeler in there. I was really happy with what I saw with him. And one more, because he's a favorite of mine. Travis Rudolph had 3 catches. One of them that was really a nice catch. So I'm happy for Travis Rudolph.
So it's been a few weeks since the injuries. Mm-hmm. Now you have these guys, and now it seems like maybe there's starting to be a little bit of chemistry with Eli Manning.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, so Eli Manning is not had great games in the last few weeks. They haven't been horrible. He's had his fumbles, which has been a problem. But you know what? He just didn't have anybody to throw to.
I want to say,
it seems like it's starting to come to fruition. Yeah, that's my point.
I want to say he was around 66% completion ratio this week.
I thought he had a good game. I mean, I got no complaints on quarterback.
We got 5 yards of rushing out of him, which included a first down. First down.
Go Eli.
Go Eli. You get that first down, all right?
Yeah, man.
So,
and plus he tied his brother this week. We didn't bring that.
That's right. 209 straight.
Fucking A, man.
209.
That's a lot of goddamn games.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. The Iron Man.
If nothing else,
Iron Man.
There's
right
that.
There. Yep.
You know.
Yep.
There's that.
So Giants D, they get the game ball for the most part. They came back. They showed us what they were made of. We're happy about that. We're happy about Landon Collins getting NFC Player of the Week.
Awesome.
Anything you want to wrap up in reference to the KC game?
Well, I'll just say that based upon my, my prediction last week and my idea with what was going to happen, this game is just so unpredictable, man.
Yeah,
unpredictable.
I hope you're wrong every week.
Well, I always do pick the Giants. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
You know I'm picking the Giants this week. You can forget about it.
Yeah. So listen, we've got the Giants versus the Redskins, Thanksgiving night, nationally televised game. Yeah. We have not done too well on nationally televised games this year, my friend.
That's true.
The Broncos game, though, we did get that one. But so I think, from what I can see, is probably the biggest story between these two teams are the injuries.
A lot of injuries.
And how these teams have actually changed a lot. Both teams.
So there's some consistency with, quarterback.
Yeah, certainly. And actually...
but besides that...
Yeah, there are some guys on the Skins team that has certainly... have had to call it a season. Chris Thompson this past week, which is a big name.
He was playing excellent.
A big name.
He was playing excellent.
Their offensive line has changed a lot. I would say the fortunate thing for the Skins is the fact that Kirk Cousins is a mobile quarterback. He's a mobile quarterback.
He's not super mobile, but...
33 rushes this year. Certainly not where Smith was with Kansas City, but I
don't think that the Giants are worried about his mobility.
Yeah,
I'll just personally throw that out there.
No, I agree. In fact, I'm going to venture to say that if there's anything you have to worry about with Kirk Cousins is that strong arm and the fact that he's actually, if I'm not mistaken, he's leading or he's second in the league in catches over 20 yards.
He's accurate. You cannot take that away from him, and on top of that, he will stay in there and throw that ball and take a hit.
Yeah, like Eli.
He's a very traditional pocket quarterback, and he could throw a goddamn bomb.
Yeah, and he's got some guys. Yeah. He's got some guys that can get out there and get it. Jamison Crowder being one of those.
Jamison Crowder wasn't very good at the beginning of the season, but he's really stepped up the last couple of weeks. I don't know what's gotten into that guy.
Over the last number of years, we living in the D.C. area, we see this all the time.
Yeah, I know the Redskins.
Yeah, Jamison Crowder has been consistent, and he certainly is
somewhat consistent. But he hasn't been a big play guy that I remember. But he's having a good season this year. But not like, I mean, Chris Thompson was having a ridiculous season, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was having a great season.
He impressed me more. Now, I'm going to probably get this name wrong, but I'm going to just say it anyway. Samaje Perine.
I think that's right. I don't know how to say his last name.
Samaje
is right.
But he's actually leading the team in rushing. And although he's questionable this week, I got to believe he's going to play. It's an important game for this team.
He's going to play.
It's an important game for this team. So
he has to play with Thompson now. He's got to play.
Yeah.
He's going to play.
Jordan Reed out.
Reed is always out, man.
Yeah.
But when he's in, he's a bad boy. But
we talked about Terrell Pryor, but it was your opinion that he's really not that big an impact player on
you know
this
what?
team.
He was really surprising because he used to be a quarterback. He was drafted as a quarterback. Imagine this. Changes himself, so he's a football player, becomes a wide receiver, had a great season, a couple seasons with the Browns, I believe it was.
Right.
Was impressive, came to the Redskins. Last year had a decent season, or is this his first year at the Redskins? I don't even know, but he's not having a good year. Bottom line, he's not having a good year.
Yeah. Well, Vernon Davis.
I
was watching him the other night, and I've seen him throughout the season. Again, we have a lot of friends that are Skins fans and stuff.
I mean, he was really good with the Niners.
Yeah, I worry about him. And Josh Doxson.
Doxson's a new guy.
Yeah.
Got some vertical leap.
So, definitely.
You know what?
Jenkins, he can catch some big passes.
Jenkins got to stick him.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got to stay on him. They really do.
Stick him.
They really do. So, that's kind of, I was thinking, I think that one of the biggest keys that helped us against Kansas City was the turnover ratio. And we got to keep it that way.
The turnover ratio is always a big deal, right?
Yeah. We got to keep it in our favor.
That's a big stat within the NFL. Like most teams that come in, with a positive, or is it positive or negative? I don't know. But like when it's in their favor, they're typically the teams that are going to the playoffs.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, where you're out on the field, where turnovers happen is a big deal, and it can totally change the momentum of a game. So, yeah. Turnovers are a big deal, and we need to get some. And Kirk Cousins is good, but he's a guy that can be intercepted. There's no question about that.
I think we've got to test their defensive line, and we've got to rush the ball. We've got to keep the ball on the ground.
I think we can rush against this team.
Yeah. I'd like to see Darkwa and who's our rookie again?
Gallman.
Wayne Gallman. Yeah. Wayne Gallman and Darkwa really stick it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Now Fluker is out.
That's bad.
Fluker is out. Okay.
Crap.
Yeah. Exactly.
Damn it.
So we'll have to see how they manage with that.
Yeah.
Justin Pugh, I think, is back to questionable.
I don't know what his status is. He might be out for a few games, as far as I know.
Let's see. Injury report. All right, so let's look at the injury report. Yeah, right now, Justin Pugh is out.
Yeah,
You're right.
He's out.
You're correct. He is out.
He's going to be out for a few games.
Olivier Vernon is questionable, which will help our defensive line. But Wynn came in last week and did a pretty good job.
What about Pierre-Paul?
He's questionable.
Yeah, he'll play.
Yeah.
Questionable.
He's not even listed questionable.
In my time, okay, he's playing.
Yeah.
If it says doubtful, they're not going to play. If it says questionable, they're probably going to play. If it says out, they're definitely going to. But questionable, in my mind, means they're going to play. That just means that they hurt their finger. We're going to see how they're feeling. Shepard's going to play because he had an illness. He didn't have like an injury.
He's still listed as questionable. I'd like to see him out there.
He's going to play.
Yeah.
No doubt he's going to play.
Yeah.
He had an illness. He had like the flu or some shit. So he'll play.
So. Do you have anything further you want to throw into the mix on the Redskins?
Not 100%, but I'll say this: that divisional games, you never know.
Yeah.
you just
Very
never
much
know.
So.
You never know with divisional games, man.
You know what I'm having for Thanksgiving before we watch this game?
Turkey?
No, broth.
Broth. What, you on a diet or
because I'm not going to be able to eat anything until this game is over.
Really?
I'm having broth.
You're going to be eating
I really want us to win this game.
You got to eat before.
I really want us to win this.
It's not Thanksgiving. I mean, this game that's an 8:30 game. Man.
I know.
Maybe
a little stuffing.
Is that what's up?
Maybe that's what's up. So, hey, you know what? I thought it's really a great opportunity for us to give thanks for you know, for what we have. You know, this Thanksgiving comes once a year. I think we give thanks all the time.
Yeah.
But
plus on top, we're able to have this show.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, we can just put it online and people watch it. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have to go through a process or anything.
They can bust our balls and we don't have to look at them.
The government doesn't like come in and shut us down and stuff like that.
Really.
You know, it's nice. It's nice to have this ability, you
Yeah.
know, to do goofy stuff like this.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
I wanted to first and foremost give thanks to you for being my partner on this. Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. I couldn't do this without this guy. He's the one that gives me the confidence to sit
Well,
in front
trust
of
me,
this
I would
camera.
have no clue.
You know?
You come up with the game script
But,
every week, man. I don't have the patience to do all that, brother.
And I want to give thanks to Tin Cannon and Big Blue Nova.
Do you know Friday is our 3rd-year anniversary with Tin Cannon? 3 years
fantastic.
since we opened our doors, man.
Gainesville, Virginia.
We're soldiering through. We're getting there, guys.
Hey, Redskin fans, if you're coming out to Tin Cannon, it's in Gainesville, Virginia. Come on out.
We got
man.
lots of Redskins fans that come.
Yeah, yeah. So, hey, are you open on Thursday after Thanksgiving? No.
We are not open on Thursday.
Okay, Friday.
So we're open today, and you know what's going on over there. And then Friday is our 3-year anniversary, so we're closed for Thanksgiving.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I want to give thanks to Sabrina Barnhart and Julie Fanning and all our friends out there that support us and the viewers that support us. Rich, you want to add on to that?
Go Giants!
Go Giants!
Come on, man! Get that 3rd win.
Yeah.